Hey,
It's
man,
all
Saturday night
good.
he told me he'd be here for us tonight.
So good. Yeah, man. But yeah.
AKA Jim Powers.
You already know. Yeah, man. All right, we started kind of late today, trying to get everything running around and shit. But we here now, and we'd like to welcome you again to the bridge. This is an open forum panel of just diverse minds. You know what I mean, coming from different areas of life, and we looking for solutions. We talk about the problems all the time. You know what I mean, we looking for soluble and valuable solutions to the problems that exist within our
Non-violent solutions.
Yeah, but, you know, sometimes
Absolutely.
violence called for. But anyway, yeah. but anyway.
See, the thing that you know what the thing about like solutions, like
Tell
nowadays.
everybody what you do
Hold
first.
on. First and foremost, we have to introduce ourselves.
Sorry.
Again,
Gotcha.
I'm James Green. You know what I mean? This is my man right here.
BMore, Ryan Moore, AKA The Truth.
Oh, you're here with the B-boy. I hear that. All right, and this right here, we got a special guest.
It's Lafayette Project's finest.
I hear that.
Dante Barksdale.
There you go.
AKA Tater.
Yeah,
State
yeah.
Streets, Baltimore.
All right, yeah, I mean, B-more is in the building.
So
Yeah,
let Tater
absolutely.
tell everybody real quick what he does, because he does a lot of good for Baltimore City.
That's-
So pretty much, our program is like it's a program to reduce shootings and homicides.
Okay.
So like we in like 4 different neighborhoods. We in Park Heights.
What's the name of the program?
The program is called Safe Streets.
All right.
So Safe Streets is a spinoff of a program in Chicago called Pure Violence. So we was actually like the first implementation outside of Chicago in 2007.
Yeah.
But they started the program in 2001 in West Garfield.
Okay.
So the person that developed the program is named Dr. Gertz. He was working over in Africa. He's an epidemiologist.
Okay.
So what he was doing, he was in Africa and he was studying cholera and all kind of infectious diseases. So when he came back to Chicago, he took a map and he overlaid the map and he did correlations and he saw that shootings and homicides spread just like an epidemic, just like chicken pox, just like hunger, just
Who would have ever thought to
disease.
have that thought process on
Right.
it?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So
That's crazy.
what we
It's
do
your
is
boy, yo.
Who's the hell?
It's
That's my
Jazz.
damn son.
Uh,
He always on some. This dude here, man. Hello.
killing us right in the middle.
Yo, do you not see us on live, yo? Yes.
That's how I got introduced to him. His son.
What's going on here?
This is
What's going on?
Tanya. He's related to Tanya Green. Tanya in the front. So
Gotcha.
Tanya's brother cuts my hair. His son goes to Tyrus to get taken care of. That's how I met his son, and then that's how me and James.
Sorry for the interruption. My son, partner in Pulse Labs, and he just wants to call during the damn live. But can you finish what you were saying, bro? Because I was
So
captivated.
so what I was saying was like they started it in 2001 in West Garfield. So like a lot of people look at like shootings and homicides, but if you look across the country, right, the way they count homicides is per capita,
Yeah.
right, per 100,000 people.
Yeah.
So we really have a problem in Baltimore.
Oh, definitely.
You know, because we got 600,000 people and we got something like 54 per 100,000 dying, right?
By murder.
By murder.
Yeah.
Right.
In Chicago, it's like 37 per 100,000. In
But they also
Detroit,
have a much larger population than we do.
and this is what I try to get people to understand. If you were to take out 600,000 and divide it into the 2.8 million that Chicago got,
Yeah.
if that mentality that we had in Baltimore City existed with a larger population, we talking 344 times 4 or 5.
Wow.
We talking 2,000 murders in Baltimore. You know, so what we gotta remember is that,
It's genocide.
bro, we are dealing with an epidemic. A lot of people want to put the fault on the kids.
In your opinion, Tater, in your opinion, what if you could limit it to maybe one or two things? What is it that in Baltimore has just got the murder rate where it is? We can all say drugs or gangs or whatever, but there's got to be something solely. Yeah.
So let me enlighten you. If you think about it, right? Baltimore City, before what, 1952 or 1954, lead paint poisoning.
Yeah, that was
right.
Right.
Yeah.
We have a very large population of youth that has been affected by lead paint poisoning.
Yeah,
now we know that lead paint poisoning stops people from developing.
Yeah,
They got
right,
learning disabilities and all that.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, you take a kid from Monument Street and Rose Street.
Mm-hmm.
He grew up in one of those houses, lead paint poisoning.
Yeah.
He's 17.
Yeah.
It's 2018, right?
Yeah.
He has witnessed murders all his life.
For real.
Stabbings, beatings, murder scenes.
Yeah.
So he's traumatized.
Yeah.
On top of him having lead paint poisoning, he's traumatized.
Mm-hmm.
On top of that, he's poor. On top of that, bro, there are definitely mental health issues. Because most of our kids, including myself, ADHD, manic depression, stress, like all of these things, right? So when you take these kids and you introduce them to substance abuse on top of the other 5 things, right?
Yeah.
And now I gotta choose a way of survival. Because I'm 12 years old, I got an 8-year-old brother, a 7-year-old sister, a crackhead mother, no father. And the only people feed me is the drug dealers on the corner, because when I ask for $1, they give me a bag of potato chips and a Huggy juice. So what I do, what are the drug dealers doing? It's building rapport with the kids.
Definitely.
And then what happens?
You end up with the kids going in the wrong direction.
Doing favors for the rest of their life.
So at the center of that, who would be or what would be the causation? We know the effect,
right?
But what causes that? You know what I'm saying? What?
So
what,
like the lead paint is definitely. It wasn't even an idea that I had in my head, to be honest.
I look at everything that deals with our community.
It's a bunch of
I deal with our community as far as like our parents. You know what I'm saying? The children's parents, and the fact that a large proponent of our community come from broken homes. You know what I'm saying?
I like when people say it started at home. It damn sure did.
Yeah.
The little 8-year-old Slim, his mother only 23.
Yeah.
So we know that science, bro, says that a person, an individual, does not fully develop till the age of 25.
Oh yeah.
Anything that hinders that before that puts a person in arrested development. So a little boy gets locked up at 13 for stealing a car. You send him to training school because he did it 6 times.
Yeah.
Right? Development is arrested.
Yeah.
Little girl gets pregnant. 15, arrested development. Person starts to get high. Arrested development. Things are hindering people's ability to develop.
Yeah.
Right? So, on top of all of the other bull crap,
you got the.
I live on this block. I live right here. My mom's poor
That's some good
crackhead.
information
Right?
Yeah.
And I say to myself, I come outside every day. What's your name again? James. James fresh every day.
Look,
James
coming in here all dapped up.
James looking good every day.
Yeah.
Right? Little boy trying to figure out how James doing this. Right? In these communities, kids don't see the lawyer come home.
Yeah, definitely.
They don't see the doctor come home from work.
Yeah.
They don't see the big businessman come home from work. The only occupations they get to see is robbers, thieves, drug addicts, drug dealers. You will be what you see.
You do have some that do have jobs. that's within the community.
Yeah,
You know what
absolutely.
I'm saying? But you don't have a large portion of male role models or positive male role models that have that type of influence on the young.
But ask yourself this.
Nothing but the hustler and the money that
But
hustler
ask
makes.
yourself this, when they do see in these broken communities, the man come home from work, what? He's still struggling.
Oh, definitely.
But when they see the drug dealer,
We live in love.
new
We live in
car,
love. Yeah.
ain't went nowhere all
And
day,
I know,
ate
this is,
good.
I know this is a little bit outside of what you're saying, but the whole time listening to Tater talk and just giving me a different perspective that I didn't have before, and this is something that I've struggled with over the last like 5 to 10 years, is I get the feeling sometimes I used to be proud when people ask me where I was from. I'm from Baltimore.
Yeah.
There was never a hesitation in my voice,
Okay.
and with now, I find myself almost embarrassed to say it sometimes. Like I say it, but in my head I'm thinking, man.
I'll be honest
we're
with you,
becoming
bro.
an embarrassment. No, I'm just saying we're becoming an embarrassment. The way we allow the city to become and treat the youth and the schools and all that. I'm not saying that I'll always say where I come from.
Yeah.
I'm always gonna say that. But I'm just saying, you know what I mean? As a man, I'm beginning to feel like, man, come on, what
But
do
the
we?
thing about it
It's like a
is-
bad football team.
The
You begin to
only-
like with people, who do you root for? And like you like, oh, the Cleveland Browns.
Browns
You know
don't
what I
look
mean?
good.
It's like nowadays I'm like, where are you from? Baltimore fucking City. You know, and
And
it's
I'm gonna
like,
be honest with you, it happened to me, man. I was in Milwaukee. I was at this conference, right? We had a conference in Milwaukee, bro. And the week that we was there, the 3 days I was there, Baltimore had something like 13 homicides, bro. And we sitting here, and I'm
you
with
watching
this
it on
violence
another
prevention.
city's news.
I'm watching it on another whole city's news. I'm in Milwaukee. And dudes are
Baltimore
looking at
City
me at
blowing
the
shit up
conference
just
like,
as usual.
like, Taylor, what the hell is going on in Baltimore City?
Yeah.
I put up a Facebook Live. I was like, man, y'all embarrassing me up here, man. New York got 8 million people, bro. It's only probably 13 people dying per capita.
But
Wow.
New York still has suffered from the same problems that Baltimore do. So why is Baltimore and New York such a wide disparity?
And I'm gonna be honest with you. And
Is it
think
law
about
enforcement? Is it
Think about it. Think
Yeah,
about
what
it.
is the creation
Diversity,
of this
bro.
animosity in
Diversity,
Baltimore City
bro.
that's just raised the crime rate out the
Diversity.
roof? The diversity?
Diversity in New York, man.
Oh, in New
Oh,
York.
in New
I thought
York,
in
In New York,
Baltimore,
is it-
what has created this monster
No,
of
like
homicides.
a job opportunity?
No. Yeah,
They
definitely.
moved everything. Remember when they moved out of
Bethlehem Steel, GM,
all
General
those
Motors.
corporations.
A lot of
moved out.
shipyards are closed.
You know how
down.
many
That's
people
right.
worked at Bethlehem
Yeah,
Steel?
my
We talking
father did.
40 or
Most of my
50,000
family,
people.
when I was
Yeah.
younger, I can remember my uncles and my cousins that were older than
Yeah.
me. Back in the day, that was like every last one of them worked Bethlehem Steel.
My
My
Bethlehem
aunt was
Steel.
one of the first women to get hired in the 70s. When they had to hire women, she went down there.
Yeah.
She got hired. She was worked there 34 years, something like
Alright,
that.
so once they took the employment opportunities out, and you just leave Baltimore with no opportunity for any type of advancement outside of sports or entertainment, you creating a situation where now it's dog eat dog.
Bro, our
You know what
kids
I mean?
can't read and write.
Yeah, I know. And then you're dealing with the school system. at
Literacy.
that. You know what I mean?
Right? So this is what I'm saying. And this is what I try to tell people all the time. It's already uncomfortable.
Yeah.
True.
If you don't think it's uncomfortable,
Yeah, it's definitely uncomfortable.
Something's
then
wrong with you.
there's something wrong with you.
Yeah,
So
no
if
shit.
we
Predator
we
crazy
already
town.
know it's uncomfortable, right? So if we already know it's uncomfortable, why not have some uncomfortable solutions?
Yeah.
Like
Now that's what
little
I'm-
yo's piss is dirty with weed, we can't give you a job.
Yeah.
Bro, do you understand? You give a little kid a job, anybody, any man, he failed a piss test, right? Bro, you might lose him forever.
Oh, you want to? I was just about to say, because if you do that,
Because he always up here because he
Opportunity
got
is
an
good.
interview.
Yeah.
Some guys get to the interview
and be high.
in their mind they high.
Yeah.
But in their mind they think I ain't even getting this his job.
Yeah.
Off the top.
It's a defeatist attitude. They coming into the.
They
You
walked
see what I'm
in.
saying?
They walked
They
in
walked
without.
in.
They walked in
Yeah.
knowing they didn't have the job.
Hopelessness.
It's a hopelessness. Baltimore is it's a breeding ground for hopelessness, and I constantly say that to a lot of people that you know you as a child you want to instill hopelessness, but if you don't have family, if you don't have parents that constantly be on you every day about your education,
somebody.
about, you know what I mean?
Somebody.
Yeah. Luckily, I had
Somebody
people
that
around
care
me
about you,
that constantly reiterated to me about my education and this, that, and the third. But I still was enamored with the drug dealer. You know what I mean? Because regardless of how smart I was poor.
I can't believe how even though I was smart enough to know better, that I allowed myself to run those streets and be part of what, like you said, when you was hustling, when I was hustling to get high and things like that, when I was involved in all that, I couldn't even believe I glamorized that shit.
Yeah.
That to me, when I look back now, I'm thinking, what kind of buffoon was I? What kind and what I led other people to believe was smart.
Yeah.
Not just other black youth, white youth, young women that I manipulated everything through drugs.
Yeah.
And was doing it in Baltimore, proud of, yo, Baltimore, yo, we doing it real
Yeah.
big, yo. And now I'm like, what the hell was I doing?
Yeah.
That's, and I think that's,
community.
yeah, absolutely. My own birthplace, my own place of where I'm proud to be from. I've been part of the destruction. That's why I sit here
I
today,
definitely know. Yeah.
in front of
Looking to
this
rebuild.
camera, looking to make changes,
Rebuild.
man.
We
Because
have to give back. You know what I'm saying?
I was part of the problem at one point.
But my thing, I still tout my city, and only because I love my city's
I love
attitude.
Baltimore.
I love
wouldn't
Baltimore
say
because
none of
we
that.
fighters.
we fighters.
There ain't no doubt about
You know
that.
what I'm saying? So it ain't necessarily that I look at the murders because I don't want to put any type of emphasis on the bad part. We know Baltimore got a lot of negative. My focus now that I came out of prison is all the positives. That's why I look to start, you know what I mean, the podcast. That's why we got together. I'm working with my son and a whole bunch of other positive people that we're going to focus on the positive. We know Baltimore's fucked up.
Yeah,
we know the symptoms of
we need a
Baltimore.
solution.
Now is given the antidote. What is the antidote to fix those problems that
They're
we just started
uncomfortable.
talking about?
I agree with Taylor. I think the solutions are uncomfortable.
There are multiple
Then
solutions.
we got to run some solutions.
And those solutions
you know what I mean?
are uncomfortable.
I'm with being uncomfortable.
Things
Prison
like
is
this.
uncomfortable.
Things
You
like
know
this.
what I mean? So
Things like
please
this.
tell me.
Things like this. I'm gonna tell you. Things like this. Or I'm gonna say shit like this.
Yeah.
We have a program in schools. It's to teach a curriculum on conflict mediation,
Yeah.
all those kind of things.
Yeah.
Right? Who is good at teaching conflict mediation? Motherfuckers who've been in a whole bunch of motherfucking conflicts
Right.
who had to mediate.
Yeah. Got experience in it.
But those kinds of guys can't work in schools
No.
because I got a murder. Because I robbed a few banks.
Yeah.
I was a big kingpin drug
I'm
dealer.
better to learn.
So when the
Than
school
learn from the people that
run my
live.
background,
Yeah.
I can't work in there. Because the hall monitors need to be the Negroes that stand across the street from the school
Yeah.
on the corner.
Nah.
Okay. So
Guess why?
if
Hold
that's
on,
the
no,
case-
listen. Guess
Go
why?
ahead. Go ahead.
Because the little motherfuckers that start the trouble in the school, 9 times out of 10 they live closest to the school.
Oh yeah.
So they can call their constituencies. But them dudes outside on the corner,
Yeah.
think about what happened when them fights come outside and them niggas stand on the corner selling drugs. You little motherfucker better take that shit up the street. Get that shit away from me.
Make it a block out.
And them little dudes do what? Take that
Make
shit
it a
up the
spot.
street.
Yeah.
They'll straighten up just to go 5 blocks to have the fight all over. So that means they was listening.
Yeah, they respect OG.
So, this same influence need to be walking through schools.
all day.
Why? Because if I'm from McCullough Homes, I know all 900 apartments in
Yeah,
McCullough
yeah,
Homes.
yeah, yeah.
Me and 5 of my homies.
There you go.
So, you live in McCullough Homes and he got out of line.
Yeah.
You know me.
Yeah.
And I called you. Yo, your son over here acting up. Tear it up. take care of that for me. Because you know me, we got a relationship.
That's
you
right.
know I ain't gonna hurt your son.
Yeah.
But you know I'm gonna give him some strict words, some discipline.
Oh,
and if you say jack him up, I'm gonna jack his ass up. Because your father said jack him up.
Yeah.
It's the relationship that's gonna cure that shit.
Yeah.
When kids see people they got rapport with and they respect,
Yeah.
they gonna get in line.
I see what he's saying, because
also-
in my neighborhood when I was young, that's how it was.
But that's-
you didn't flex off in front of your
today's-
buddy's parents
but
because they was
today's
about to gank you up.
Has a disconnect with the older
Right, that's our
You know what I'm
generation.
saying?
Not the
A
one
lot of
sitting on them corners.
but a lot of
No,
us
you see what he's saying
older
is that
dudes,
generation
for one,
gap, though.
is scared.
The older
to
dudes,
deal
the older
with
dudes
the, you know
have
what
a
I
problem,
mean?
'cause
They
them
scared
little
as shit of these
motherfuckers
little young
crazy.
motherfuckers. I talk to the young motherfuckers all the
that's the
time. I don't
problem.
give a fuck.
You know that's
what
the
I'm
problem.
saying? Yeah, but then with what you were saying as far as the mentors that's coming out of prison that done lived their life or whatever, you know what I'm saying, that has that background. And
The
since
people
we
we
can't,
gave
since we
up
can't
on
get them
is
in
us.
school, no, we gave up on
Amen.
it if we don't coalesce together
Bro.
and create something together.
Bro.
We don't need the schools. Fuck the schools.
No, we don't
create
need them.
our own shit.
No, fuck no, we don't need them. We
And have them
definitely
come
don't need
through our, you know what I'm saying, like a rehabilitation program. Like if you going through problems in school, whatever, not like that. No, you ain't got to send them to no motherfucking white psychologist who's gonna misdiagnose them.
No, that's not a solution to the problem. Yeah, let them get some Like it's kind of like when you
Reality
take.
check.
Yeah, I like what both of y'all are saying because it reminds me of that show where these kids that are real fucking wise and everything with their parents, and then they send them into the lockup for the weekend.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And they get their asses
Scared straight.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I'm all
So
about
I
scared
think
straight.
that is definitely one of the ways that we have to approach these young men and young
Yeah.
ladies in our community now, because the whole look, come here, let me sit down and talk to you. That shit ain't gonna cut it.
don't
You
work,
need
bro.
to hit them with
Then-
real reality.
Then that also has to play into law creation.
Tony,
we have
Tony,
to create
come on.
laws and take away a lot of the policies that take away the ability to parent these
Oh, yeah.
kids.
Oh, yeah, that
You know what
shit
I'm
gotta
saying?
go, too.
Because a
Oh,
lot of
that you
us
call up on
adults
your mother.
don't have the ability to show enough put the clamp on the children. We don't give the children more power than the parent. Soon the parent look to raise his hand and smack all the dumb shit out of them for getting smart. They, I'm gonna call the police and
So what kind of drastic and I know what you said, they uncomfortable, Tater, but what could we do really in Baltimore that actually is that first step out where we're saying it's time to change? What is that? Where is that? Because we have identified the problem like crazy. What is that first step to the solution of how do we engage this corrupted youth and gang members and everything that's going on inside of that downtown Baltimore that created this monster? How do we break through that force field first? What's that first step
This
that
the
we
actual
take?
reality.
This right here.
This the actual reality.
Oh, yeah, but I mean that
Bro.
real one that just really sets the tone that says, here we
We
are.
have to pull them up. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, we need to engage.
Yeah, that's what I'm
them
saying.
gang
You got to
leaders,
pull
bro.
it up. And they the only ones who really have the power in the streets.
I'm gonna be honest with you, right? You remember in 2000, either 8 or 9, we was under 240 murders. You remember what year that we
You want
had?
one up? You want
Yeah.
a drink? All right, I'm gonna scale it. You would take
We
it.
had 2 years that had 235 murders, and 1 year we had 237.
Yeah.
That was in either 07 or 08 or 09. I don't know which years it was, right? The BGF was meeting in Drew Hill Park.
Yeah.
You remember it was on the news?
Yeah. I remember
No, they
seeing
broke it up?
Uh-huh.
Police went up there.
Oh, yeah,
Police
yeah,
running
yeah. I
with
remember
guns,
seeing
all
that.
that. Bro, that might have been one of the worst things our city could have did. Because you know what was happening? Even though those guys were engaged in criminal activity, they were actually keeping the city safe. Because if you was from Park Heights, or you was from Cherry Hill, or you was from East Baltimore, those gang leaders was having conversations.
Yeah.
So you couldn't just go do little fuck shit.
Citywide.
It was a citywide thing.
Yeah.
You couldn't go do fuck shit because when they had that meeting, dudes gonna be saying, "Yo, that was such and such, did this, such," and they was getting dudes, and they was keeping dudes in line.
In line, definitely.
Right? Because it was a chain of command and it was some kind of system in place. When they broke that up, our city went haywire.
Yeah.
Bro. That next year we had over 300 murders.
So,
Cause nobody wasn't communicating no more.
as a solution to that particular problem, would it be behoove the city
Engage
to
the
put
gang leaders.
the gang leaders on the books.
No.
To give
Talk
them.
to them. Have conversations with
But a
them.
lot of times motherfuckers don't want to deal with them unless they got something that's going to compensate for their
I
time.
said it's gonna be uncomfortable.
But are they willing to be uncomfortable? A lot of motherfuckers are not willing to be
I
uncomfortable.
know they're not
with
willing to be. I'm just telling you.
But I'm saying you give them a little bit of encouragement. Look,
gonna
I'll
be
pay you
uncomfortable.
as being a quasi therapist,
And that's uncomfortable.
Yeah, yeah. But trust me, I love the uncomfortable aspect of it. I love it. I don't want motherfuckers to become. I want to cater to you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because the way that we treat children now, the way the system is set up is to cater to the youth. I don't want to cater to you because the world outside of us don't cater to them at all. You know what I'm saying? At any given fucking time, they head could be motherfucking splattered across the fucking wall and it's justified.
I see it down there every day.
Oh, me too. You know what I'm saying? So our thing now, we have to definitely engage, but I always looked at it when I was in prison by everybody considered me an OG because I wasn't scared to talk to the gang leaders. I didn't give a fuck what gang, whether he was MS-13 or whoever, Mexican Mafia. I sit down and talk to him because I love people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I want to know where you come from. We all might come from different locations, but we all have the same struggle.
Yeah.
Poverty. You know what I'm saying?
And the actual reality is that even the rich man and the poor man is the same person.
All day, yeah.
You did because the actual reality is you got a death date.
Yeah. Something
If you eat, nigga, you gonna shit.
Oh yeah.
You know?
They get the drinking pool.
If you eat,
I normally only have one when
Shit.
I normally only have one when we're recording, but I'm so captivated about tonight's conversation.
And guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get me one.
Hey, why didn't you say something? I just grabbed it for you.
I didn't know what I wanted. I didn't know what you was
This
doing.
is brought to you by Sizzles.
Yeah, we are live at Sizzle. Come on down, see us. I'm one of the managers here, so come on, ask for Brian Moore. You need parties, anything like that, birthday parties, graduations, whatever, we do them. Come see me. I'll set you up with my boss, Raj, and he'll get you taken care of.
Check this out. And on the flip side, if y'all are truly engaged by what's going on, what we're talking about right now, because right now, I love it. I'm totally engaged. Just hearing it from another aspect about my city. About our city,
Yeah.
You know what I mean, and what we need to do.
I think everybody in this room, even
Come
the
on
people you
with
guys
us.
don't even see behind the cameras, is all
Come
Baltimore,
on
yeah?
here,
All
talk
Baltimore
to
born,
us.
yeah.
Let's rock and roll. Everybody sit back and get a piece of information. Give a piece of information that's going to help build us up. Our community is in crisis, people. Our community is crisis, and it has nothing to do with black and white.
No.
It's wrong or right. You know what I'm
Always.
saying? So we need to make sure that we come together and put every plan, every thought. You know what I'm saying? Even if you think the thought is crazy, a lot of beautiful things is born out of the most craziest situations. So let's rock and roll. Come with us, and we're gonna build, and we're gonna continue to build about BMore. And wait for Main Man to come. Well, I don't want to wait for Main Man.
Yeah, we can move on. I'll tell you what, I was glad that I brought Tater in. Yeah, jump in.
You want to jump in?
Yeah, jump in.
I could have been jumping.
Yeah, like double dutch. So here go my man. Here go my man from Yo Ernie Studios. Oh man, right here.
You got to hear a good chunk of what we were just spilling on, and where's your head at on that?
Ooh, okay, refreshment.
Refresh.
Now this is
We're talking about the
with
problems
Baltimore City,
within Baltimore City,
well,
the murder rate,
I don't
the
even
drugs, the
I
violence,
don't even
just
wanna put it to
the
that
whole corruption of youth in the city.
Of any hood USA, because
Yeah.
Baltimore is just a
True fact. This ain't
reflection
this ain't
of
isolated
every
to
hood.
Baltimore.
You know what I mean?
We just isolated it to our city because we all had that in common.
So
and we
do
want to
you-
start at home.
Do you have any thoughts about solutions to changing the problem?
See, I think it all starts with.
I'm trying to sound all the time. I think it all starts with.
I think it all starts
Hey,
with.
don't worry, I'll handle the white guy shit.
I think it all starts with family. You know what I'm saying? How, I mean, a lot of people, it can go both ways, 50-50. Like, oh, it's not how they were raised, or it was how they were raised. You know what I'm saying? Like me growing up, a lot of us black young men, we don't have father figures in our lives, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not even us just
It's even white. I never
yeah,
had a father. Yeah, it happens to
So,
everybody.
Oh,
now,
definitely.
especially
That's
now
not
this
a different
generation,
race.
there's not a lot of father figures in this generation.
Yeah.
So I was raised by a single mom.
It's like
two other
it's almost
siblings.
like white people were reprieved of like their like dad was there all the time. No, motherfucking white dudes is just as grimy as everybody else out there.
That's what they portray in the media.
Yeah, in the media.
Like,
Yeah.
y'all was, like the Wally, the
Wally
Beaver, the Beaver shit.
Well, gee, Beaver.
I
My shit wasn't like that.
I think it starts, from how you were raised. Because if you don't correct it while you're young, then you're just going to continue to do it while you're older. It's probably a bad way to put it like this, but if you think of a puppy growing into a dog, if you don't train that puppy right from the jump, when he gets older, it's still going to tear up your couch.
You're motherfucking right. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't a bad way to put it. It's a good way to put it. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just reality of what people, because especially in the hood, a lot of people deal with dogs. You know what I'm saying? So they can
many
relate.
different levels.
Yeah, true that. You know what I mean? So they can look at it and think about it like, damn, I do kind of see the association in that. You know what I mean? So it's just about making sure that we raise our children. That's why I said in the beginning, I said it really boils down to the parenting. Even if you're dealing with one parent, two parents, because in the hood, we allow the, like my son just said, the village to raise us. Now, if the village is corrupt, you know what I mean? It's going to produce corruption.
Now you got like a lot of young parents, and I see a lot of young parents not really care what their kids do.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is my mom gave me
PS4s
to my aunt and uncle.
Take your tablet.
My mom, when I was young, we lived in downtown in the city, and my mom gave me up to my aunt and uncle to move out here to Harford County, which happened in the late 70s. Which at that time when I came out there, it was very white picket fence. It was that whole that suburban.
Yeah.
It was nice. I could go out, I could stay out ride my bike all night.
Now, I mean,
who would have known that same nice place my mother thought I was heading would have turned me into the drug fiend, dope dealing, hustling, manipulating crud ball that I was for all those years.
So Harford County introduced you to that?
Yeah, Edgewood.
Wow.
Edgewood.
When?
Let's see, I graduated in 87. By the time 93 hit, I was out there. I was out there. Edgewood Village Apartments, the Heights, the Commons.
Sure, we don't know each other then?
Man, I was real low.
I was out there.
And I don't even want to I'm never going to throw people's names out there, but it was the same dudes I went to high school with that I went from playing ball on the basketball court with to running drugs and money for them behind the scenes, and then getting myself involved in getting high and manipulating and corrupting other members of my society. Whether it was girls, other guys, it didn't matter to me at that point. So my corruption, I'm sure we have. I'm sure we have.
Especially Edgewoodville.
Yeah, when we're off camera, we can probably toss some names around. I'm sure that we've.
This is not the glamorization. This is just
This is just
going back in time.
showing you guys that this doesn't just exist in Baltimore City. It's so more widespread than that. But I agree with him. It's at the home, and because my home was broken too, my mother was always dropping me off on another relative. And granted, my aunt and uncle that took me out here in the county, they did their best. But guess what? When they shut down all the homes down in Baltimore City and everybody moved north into Harford County, that was right there in my prime of becoming a young man. So that same crime and confliction that was going on in the inner city come on out and drifted into the county, and it didn't take long before it had me wrapped right up in it as well.
Wow. I know that I'm
not proud of it
because I brought the corruption of in town. When I came out here, it was 85, and you know what I'm saying. And I looked at out here as an escape from Baltimore. You know what I'm saying. And I would come out here and everybody would leave their doors unlocked. And,
You could walk down the
you know
street and
what I
smoke
mean?
a joint.
Yes,
It wasn't a
was
big
never-
deal.
Police wasn't even
around.
like that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, you know, this is crazy. And then when the crack pandemic just hit, I'm like seeing people around. I'm like, yo, let me go ahead and indulge in it, because now child support is on my back. So I need to be able to supplement an income, because I come out of the military, I couldn't get a job to save my life, even though I had this experience. So I'm like, you know what I mean? Something ain't adding up. So I got into, you know, criminal enterprise and everything, and started dealing drugs out here in Harford County, and you know, I never felt it. Everybody used to call me a drug dealer with a heart, because I never liked what the fuck I was doing. I would sit back, and if I saw you something,
exactly
I would
what
talk
you're
to
saying,
you.
man.
I would talk, why are you using this shit? You know what I mean? Okay, here you go, $100. You know what I'm saying? So it was like I was in a constant battle with myself, but it was like once I got locked up this go round, and I actually had a lot of time under my belt to really sit back, I had to tone myself, and I just. And one thing I want to do, I want to apologize to any and everybody that I and my actions hurt. You know what I mean? From me selling you this, that, and the third. I know you were an adult when I sold it to you, and it was on you, but I shouldn't have been doing it, because I knew better. You know what I mean? And I know
I think
and understand
about that all
that.
the time,
You know
man,
what I'm saying?
About some of the girls I corrupted and forced something on them for my own pleasure.
understand, like-
And now I look back and I'm thinking, are they alive? Did I give them an addiction that they never survived from? That destroyed their home life and broke their parents' marriage apart?
Yeah.
Man, that's hard to go to sleep at night when you got those thoughts going on sometimes, man.
Trust me, I was terrible.
But again, I think that's why we sit in these chairs today.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And it's to relay our relatable experiences to these young cats that's coming up under that same mentality, that drug mentality, that fast life. Yeah, it's fun. Oh yeah, I ain't even gonna lie and make it seem like it's not motherfucking fun. But the consequences outweighs that momentary, that instantaneous feeling of fun and delight.
That little high.
Yes, because that's what it is. It's a high.
It's a little
You
high.
might not be using it, but you still feel the euphoric feeling of running around being in
Beating the
control.
cops.
Yeah.
Just being outsmarting the cops used to be high for me.
Oh, definitely.
Just going to when I was using, going to cop, of course, was a rush. But to outsmart the 5-0 who thought they was slicker than me was more of a high than the actual high I was getting from the drug. That was the funny part.
And I was addicted to the power. Being able to walk in any club and strippers just throwing pussy at me. You know what I mean? Other motherfuckers paying for it and they just throwing it at me.
That was the best part of it, wasn't it? Because that's exactly why I hung out in those places. Because what I had is what was in demand.
Yeah.
And I wasn't gonna pay for it, but somebody was gonna pay for it.
For shit. Man, for shit. But I wound up paying for it because of the life that I was in, and just dealing with jealous people around me. They seen how I was living, so the first thing they looked to do is to knock me down. They did it, you know what I mean? And I don't even really hold no grudges, because at the root of it, it was me who put myself in that situation. So I always try to tell cats now, look, if you want to do what you want to do, make sure.
Back. But,
yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I mean,
Tater, we was talking about how our own personal experiences related to how our own personal experiences have related to the effect on that same society we're trying to change today.
Yeah.
You know, I was talking about, like, for instance, I was talking about my drug use and the hustling and everything that I was doing that corrupted the same place we're trying to fix.
Yeah.
That's
you know
what
I'm saying. You know, I was a hustler. I wasn't a drug user, and I was a dealer.
I did both.
You know,
it didn't matter.
My whole thing is
whatever it took.
I want to make sure that cats know that they can transform the legal hustle to a legitimate hustle. You know
Absolutely, because all of them got transferable skills.
Definitely. Supply and demand. That's all it is.
You got a lot of dudes, man, they know how to actually run businesses.
Yes.
You know, to be a leader, you know, got to learn how to do conflict resolution. So, like, you know, when you're in the game, you manufacturing, you distribute, you know, you just distribute.
Marketing, promotion.
You doing it all. You doing the same things. It's just that you doing it with an illegal, you know, product.
Yeah.
So you take that same energy, man. I got a homeboy, man. He came home from jail like about 8 years ago. So he was working for Schuster, the cement mixing company.
Yeah.
So while he working for Schuster, bro, he doing his thing. So he dropping off concrete to these dudes that's doing concrete work, paving shit. So he get to asking questions and shit, right? That's what he did.
What?
Go up and up his own concrete company and don't know how to do concrete. That's what he do.
Fake it till he make it.
Went on all them job sites he was going on. Listen, on all them job sites he was going to, and he seen dudes laying concrete for people doing private jobs. Like, I'm about to do some concrete work. You want to work with me?
Definitely.
They start working for him. Bro, his company's big as shit. 5 years later.
That's how you do
He got so much equipment. I look at him on Instagram every day. Right?
So, Tater, this young man that jumped in while you was gone, he said something that you said that I agree with strongly, and I think that he said it starts at home. The whole way.
Damn sure do.
The whole way. So does the solution start? The solution starts at home too, right,
But
guys?
see, me, that was from a
solution.
The solution. That was from a facetious.
We know the problem starts at home.
I was kind of
The
being
solution
facetious.
The solution doesn't. I don't think it starts at home.
No.
It starts
Like,
at home.
When I
so-
say, go ahead.
So we got two
that
that agree on starts at home, and one that agree that says it doesn't. So let's hear
Without-
from
without-
all
Your
three
first
individually.
influence is your home, so it starts at home.
Right, it starts at home, but
The solution as well.
Look,
That's what I'm saying.
right,
The
right.
solution
So-
starts at
So
home.
why doesn't it start at home?
Nobody can say
along,
that.
along your journey, right, when you get older and stuff, you meet different people, right? So
But the thing
listen,
about
listen.
your foundation is already built at home, as you
But
did,
as-
just
but
like you
as
was talking about with the dog.
As you get older, right, you start to meet new people, right? So say if I hang around,
Jack,
like
jump
say
in.
if it starts at home, right? This the problem, the
Just
solution.
with
So
somebody
if I
Jack.
go out and I hang out with good people, I'm gonna start becoming those good people because that's who I surrounded myself with.
Yeah.
You know, but like, so if
Jazz,
I'm
man,
at,
you gotta outdress all of us up in
if
here,
I'm at
yo.
home still with the, if I'm at home still with the problem, if I'm at home still with the problem, then there's never gonna be the solution.
But the thing about it is, if you have a solid foundation, the people that you surround yourself around are going to be a reflection of the foundation that you come in at with. You're not going to bring anybody that's going to deteriorate from your foundation. If your foundation is already faulty, then you're going to bring around faulty people. You know what I mean? Because we don't attract who we want, we attract who we are. You know what I'm saying? So if your foundation is already solid from the home, like you said with the dog, if you teach your dog how to sit, how to stand up, how to roll over, and all those things, he's still going to carry that throughout life. Now he's going to come into contact with a lot of different stimulus, and that might try to deter him. But at the root of everything, regardless of how old you tell that how old that dog is, you tell him to sit, roll over, he's still going to remember those things and do those things. You know what I'm saying?
But what if it ain't taught?
But if it ain't taught, then it still starts at home.
So
Because if it's not home,
Now listen.
That's
So
the
this is
solution.
what I'm. So this is
The
what I'm.
solution is home.
So because this is my thing, right? We got two kinds of intelligence. We got actualized intelligence, natural intelligence, right? So we know actualized intelligence is that aspect where you put a thing in a situation or a place where it's being nurtured, right? So if I'm fucking 1 year old and my mother smacked me, don't be crying, boys, don't be crying, you little faggy. If I'm not taught to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, if I'm not taught to say thank you, please, and all of that shit, and I get 13 years old, we know it started at home, but how the fuck do we fix that? Because little Johnny that's 8 years old learning all this bullshit.
talking about after the-
his mother
after the
23,
moment.
bro. She 23.
the thing about
Yeah,
it
it
is,
did start at home.
but that's
But
what
what
I'm saying.
happened with her too?
The solution always starts at home as well, because now it boils down to parenting skills, making sure that we step
Which they
in
don't
and
have.
make sure. But
Not
if
only
we
that,
do,
Not only that though, they even say the first 7 years of a child.
That's
you
the
know,
first
they're-
five.
The
Putting it in concrete.
developmental.
That's how
Yeah.
they
Developmental
handle things
stage.
for the
Yeah,
rest of their
for the
life.
rest of their life, bro.
Yeah.
Listen, because just think about it. And we could do a test right now.
You know what?
You
That's
can
a
name
pretty fair assessment because
Bro,
I just
you
threw
can
myself
name-
to it.
your whole probably second grade class, but really probably can't remember the whole 8th grade class. You dig what I'm saying? You remember every color that you learned. Right? You remember every color that you learned. Am I there? Am I lying? Am I lying? You don't know nobody in the 8th grade, but you can probably name that whole 1st grade class. Because they was the first things that you was learning.
That's right.
When you learn when you young, you carving that shit in concrete.
That's right.
As you get older, it's like sand. If you ain't using it, it's leaving.
That's
The
right.
wind
That's
blows
why.
across
That's
and
why
it's
you
gone.
can learn a dude named 3 years ago and forget his name when you see him. But your childhood friend, you can name all of them.
That's right.
So this is exactly what you said is very important. So them first 5 years, bro, is very, very important.
Yeah.
You gotta teach. That's
So-
why little girls. That's why when little boys grow up in a household,
You good?
when little boys grow up in a household with the woman, and you see the little girl and there's a little boy, and you see the little girl go to the bathroom first. Why? Because she see mommy go to the bathroom like that.
So let
the
me
little
pose
boys
let me
see
pose this
men
question to you
sometimes, but he
guys.
see mama most of the time. So he get to the toilet, he just confused. They don't know whether to
Yeah,
take it
so-
off or turn around and
So
drop.
James said it started at home. A couple said it didn't. But what I'm noticing is the solution does start at home. But
has to be
is the
nurtured.
home? Is it the right home?
That's
No.
right. So now
That's the key.
now I'm
That's
gonna
what
pose
Tater just brought. That's what
but
Tater,
now-
this young man, brought to light.
But now I'm gonna pose a question that would affect the society now. Should it be a prerequisite for young ladies that have to go through parenting
And
class?
young men.
True that.
Man.
And young men to go through parenting class as a
If there's a
prerequisite if
petition
they're gonna
going
have a
around,
child.
I'm gonna sign it.
You know what I mean?
I would.
Because
That's a solution too.
I would
You know what I
believe-
mean?
I
Let's
believe
start
that-
let's
I
start
believe that something
educating
like that
these
should
young
take
men
place.
and women who are putting babies out.
So should that be taught in schools?
Absolutely.
They have parenting classes.
I mean, do
Now,
those
That's
parenting
right.
classes
Yo, they
actually
help
go
class out
into
of school and
that?
all
They
that
might
stuff.
they might teach you how to take care of a baby, but do they teach you how to psychologically
Logically.
Life skills.
take care of a baby?
Bro, I don't
You know
even
what I
think
mean?
we need 6 through 12 or 7 through 12. I think once you learn how to do add, subtract, multiply, divide, and read and write, we don't even need all the rest of that shit. Niggas should be learning.
It should be
at
life
six-
skills at that point.
6th grade, 7th
School should
grade.
be life
Like you
skills.
said,
It's
like
supposed
learning how to do a
I'm
bank
learning
account.
my life skills.
that's
I'm learning to be the
mathematics.
carpenter.
Right, but I
I'm
mean,
learning to do plumbing. I should
the
be doing all
mathematics
that
in
shit.
school is
When I
very
graduate
limited.
from school, I should already be sufficient.
Definitely.
Already. That's too late.
But-
United States got this shit
As a
fucked
devil
up.
advocate,
We look at
would
other
that
countries
be-
and
would
motherfuckers
that be
4 years old working.
Co-signing them to have sex that early.
Ooh,
You said what?
good
Would
point.
that be
Are we
co-signing
co-sign-
them to have sex early if we teaching them sex education in school?
No.
It's just like how they used to say.
But I would rather them be
I-
taught
That's
the
right.
right
True
and
that.
proper way. Use a condom.
True that.
All that kind of stuff.
But you always have those antagonists that sit back and like, well, you saying that.
we
that,
are-
The solutions are
Man,
uncomfortable. I keep
yeah.
telling
the
you.
lust of the flesh is
All
a
the
tough
solutions
one,
are
man. It's a tough
Hey, I
one.
was having sex early,
All
so
the
I know.
solutions are uncomfortable.
The lust of the flesh is brutal. That's hey, we could make that a whole topic on another show.
That'll get us in trouble on this motherfucker. But yeah. So that's one of the things. That's one of the solutions that is a viable solution for all those who are of school age, and sexual age.
Even some of them are
Both.
grade school.
True that. You know what I mean? Some of these parents need to go
Bro,
back
this
we need
arrested
to make sure.
development thing.
Yeah,
is
that's very
serious.
back to that Arrested Development.
Bro.
we was talking about. Yeah.
Somebody start getting high.
I like that arrested development
Using
thing.
drugs and
Pulling
shit.
out earlier.
14.
Very strong.
Yeah.
Know why I know this to be true? Bro, you just say you was in prison all these years.
Yeah.
How many of them 65-year-old lifers who've been locked up for 45 years act like 16-year-olds?
Oh yeah, it's a lot of them. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it stunts growth.
Yeah.
Arrested.
Yeah.
Development.
That's
bro.
what I say. You
Got
don't age
old
in
ass
prison.
men
You don't
in
age
prison, bro.
Yeah.
Act like kids.
Oh yeah.
I'm talking about make decisions like kids. Like this is an old 60-year-old fucking bitter ass old man with life, and you just so happen to bump into him. Nigga on me, bumping into me. He really mad about that life bit.
Yeah.
He ain't even mad at you, bro.
Mad at you. Yeah.
He's still that little boy crying about that life sentence.
Luckily, I ain't hanging around no motherfuckers like that.
Trying to tell you,
everybody
bro.
that took me under their wing was motherfuckers who was looking to make sure that they carved out a real man stepping out into society.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I mean?
Tell me.
I love to definitely send a shout out to all the motherfuckers that's still behind the bars. You know what I mean?
You was in the
That's
feds?
out. No.
Or the state, Maryland State?
Yeah, fucking Hagerstown.
Yeah, you just, how long you been gone?
Shit, 3 years now.
Shit, I was gone from like 92 to 2000.
Oh, you talking about how long I was actually going off the
Yeah,
street?
that's
No,
it.
it was 10.5 years.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, man,
So-
that's good to see you home, bro.
Oh, thank
I
you.
just hired Dennis.
Oh, yeah?
But we got Dennis, Dennis Wise, he one of our,
Oh, yeah.
we just hired him as one of our peer advocates for the like getting people off of drugs and shit like that.
Alright, that's what's up.
He just got big homie on there.
Good,
I
good.
think they should have a lot more peer advocates for like little kids.
You say what?
Yeah.
Yeah, all day.
This
Yes.
Great
Bro,
statement
do you
right there.
realize,
Yes.
Do you realize they need like a children's NA and shit like that?
True.
There's kids
I used to-
smoking
I used to-
cigarettes
I
a
used to
pack a
work
day
for
that's like
shit, bro.
9 through 13 years old. Going
I used to
down
work
and
at the Boys and
going through a
Girls
pack of Newports like we did.
Yeah.
I see a lot of 7, 8-year-olds disrespecting like the girls.
Yeah.
Oh.
Raising their hands, cussing them out.
Oh.
It's crazy.
James, tell me this. Have you been walking through a grocery store or any kind of mall or anything and see some of the way these kids treat their parents up in there? I can't even imagine if I'd have came out my mouth.
Hey.
Yo, I'd have got laid out.
The thing,
And I
My
still
mama
did
was
wrong.
black.
Even though I used to have strict
My
discipline
mama
home,
was
I still
black,
went the
bro.
wrong way.
see, the difference with me seeing that, that's a racial and a cultural thing. Because, yeah, I mean, most black parents that I see, if you
getting fucked
look
up.
at your moms or
You
pops
getting fucked up.
sideways, you getting smacked in the mouth. Now, the white kids, they be calling their peoples out their name.
Like what?
Yeah, I mean, you know what I mean?
I my mom.
No, I didn't. I didn't discuss my
I was so
glasses.
fucking scared of my mother. I was still
Oh,
scared of my
I
mother.
ain't play.
I was in trial. Greg get time. And I was still a little afraid of her.
Yeah.
Sitting in
All
trial,
right.
Greg
And-
get 10
and she
years
is
without
still that
parole.
as a
And
baby.
she behind me saying shit like, sit up in the
Sit your
motherfucking
motherfucking
You know
nerves so
what I mean?
far, work your motherfucking nerves.
Slipped over in the chair. Like I can hear her in the back.
Yeah.
I'm still sitting. So, you know,
No.
still something up in the chair. You know what I mean? In court.
Hey, man.
Getting judged by 12. Mommy still gotta say something.
Oh, yeah, she's the real
And I'm still listening. So I'm over 40 though. You dig? And that's what I do know about the over 40 guys. Like we was still afraid of our mothers.
Oh,
You know
hell
what I'm
yeah.
saying? We still had that respect.
Oh, yeah.
Like I look
You're
like
70 babies, so
That's even-
that was a.
let's even think
Oh,
about this
man.
part.
I'm the old
requirement.
motherfucker up in here then.
Yeah.
I'm born in the 60s.
I mean,
Yeah.
you're still a 70. When you was
Yeah.
born in late 60s,
Yeah.
so you know.
So you know that.
I'm just saying I'm the oldest.
I say another solution when it comes to the subject we're talking about is, the leaders out in this area. You're talking about this area of Baltimore, Maryland, period. The people, the leaders that are out here, the people that have the most, media attention. If they all came together, collaborated instead of competing, that's one of the biggest things I've been saying.
True.
Collaborating instead of
One of-
competing,
that's one of the main
and made something of substance, and.
And I think Hollywood and the music industry has a large part to play
Oh,
in this
make
as well.
no mistake about
But
it.
see,
It's more than that. It's
Yeah,
more,
no,
it's
I'm
more
saying
than
to
just-
fill
I
in
can
on
get
what
down
you're
to-
saying.
to the
Not
DNA
only just
with
our
that.
own community leaders, what
with
these
that-
kids are seeing outside of the community that's
But
making
They
it
want to be
more.
just like me.
check this
Want to be
out.
just like it.
It's
When
programming.
you bring,
It's
when you
programming.
bring it
Tattoos.
Glad y'all brought this up.
Tattoos
When you
all
bring it-
over your
I'll
face.
get into
And
it.
7 different hair
It's like
colors.
that.
I
and
wish-
thinking about
I'm
getting
ready
a
to
job
give you the major one.
Hell no.
Now,
If you ain't rapping,
I
you
don't
ain't making
know,
no money.
But see,
if this shit correlates
Oh, Jazz, your phone
with
went
these
down.
homicides, right?
Battery killed.
I do not know if this
You got a
shit
good chunk,
correlates
though.
with homicides.
You got almost 30 minutes,
Think
Jazz.
about this one. Think about this one. Grand Theft Auto.
Call
I
of
played
Duty.
that. That was my first game. That ain't
Bro.
really do nothing to me. Though.
When I see,
It didn't make me
you
want to go out and do nothing
you
crazy.
don't
That's
seem
the first time I
like,
seen this.
hold up, you don't
it
seem
programs
like
you, though.
little bro.
But the
you
program-
don't seem like you have a mental health challenge.
Oh, yes, he do.
Right?
Oh, shit.
But what I'm saying is this.
You got a mental health problem.
Look, what I'm saying
Father like
is you don't seem like you have one, right? You don't seem like if you don't win the
But it's
game,
true. Yeah, it's true.
you gonna throw the joystick,
I was Call of Duty.
right? Do you gonna throw the
Anger
joystick,
issue.
break your TV, be mad because you didn't win it? You got kids like that.
Yeah.
Right?
He's gonna get his ass
And what's happening is, right, he catching like 1,000 bodies every day. Boom, boom, just hitting it.
Chase
Boom,
5 stars.
boom, bro, bro, the psychological
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
and the spirit and the mental, they ain't getting no help for that. All these bodies they catch up. And then some of them go right outside. And psychologically, bro, get that gun,
They're taking the game
be
outside.
in that game
Yeah, yeah.
till it Percocets wear off. Next day sitting down
You
homicide,
have all the strength in your
holding that
hand.
motherfucker. What the fuck did I do? Man, I done seen dudes kill people and did not know they did it the next day. Like, boy, you know what you did last night? They definitely coming to get you.
Yeah, one of my
You
homeboys
did it in
was like
broad daylight.
Oh, shit.
Now,
You know what I mean?
Something that you was talking about when you was talking about with the music industry. Now, do you feel as though with that and the plight of Baltimore City,
And not just
do you feel as though that? But I'm saying with music
TV program.
and missing the because I wanted to bring this up to the person that we was going to have come in here.
Oh,
tonight,
yeah.
because he
Wish
has,
AJ would have been here.
Yes, you know what I'm saying. But
I'ma
do
come
you
down
feel
on
as
him
though
Friday.
that the local radio stations have an obligation to the local community to help?
Legally, no, but
I mean,
should they?
not legally.
Look, but should
bro,
they?
I'll be
You
honest
damn
with you.
right.
I don't think the radio should have an obligation to it, only because
I think they should.
the kids
Why
ain't
not?
listening to the radio.
no,
They
They're the
got
same,
that shit off
but
the
they're the
phone.
same people
But
that's
even
paying
look
their
at
bills.
you.
But they play,
Kids don't even
all
listen to 92,
day.
bro.
They play people that are outside the realm of
the
Maryland.
thing.
They play them.
The kids
over
don't
and
listen to
over.
92.
But
you-
The kids don't
Yes,
listen to
they
92
don't listen
too,
to the
If
but
they
their
did-
parents do.
If they didn't listen
But
to
their
it, then they
parents do.
wouldn't have national syndication. They wouldn't
They don't
have
listen to it,
sponsors.
bro.
They listen.
Bro, your son don't listen to no
they
damn
listen.
radio. You
92Q would cease
drive?
to exist
How many
if
times
nobody
do you put
listened.
your radio? You
I
put
listen to
your
the
iPhone.
radio. I listen to the
That's because
radio.
when you over 40.
But we
They
still
don't
have.
listen
But
to
you
the
act like
radio,
the
bro.
people over 40
I
is
give it
dead.
like 50-50.
But the thing about it is,
50-50.
you want to know why they don't listen to the radio
I don't
because
think-
they
I don't think
don't.
A lot of friends
They
don't
don't
like radio.
hear
Niggas
themselves.
How old are you?
They don't hear themselves. Why would you listen to the radio if you're not playing on it? If you're playing on the radio, you're gonna listen
Nah,
to
I
the
think-
radio.
I think-
I get what you're also saying.
I think it's
Yeah,
for the parents,
I agree
like,
with
they
that.
touch
our kids up there.
You
Yeah.
have
like
to
to
push
tablet.
it.
And
You
it's
had a
great,
platform.
It's a great platform to send the message.
That's what I'm
Oh,
saying.
absolutely. I
We
believe that.
push and propel everybody else's platform but our own.
But I don't feel like the radio should be obligated.
No, I'm not saying the
saying
radio
obli-
station
that's
should be
also a solution.
obligated, but morally and just as a sense of community, I would feel as though that I would want to propel, if I had the ability to propel, not just take an hour or two out the fucking day. I'm gonna put our hot music in the same spin rotation as everybody else because we have some hot artists. Back in the day when I first started rapping, Baltimore was some garbage with rappers. You know what I'm saying? Because they wanted to imitate everybody else. Now Baltimore have their own fucking sound. So you definitely want to be able to put their music out there the same way people in Atlanta, in Houston, in New York, they promote
Respect,
their
exactly.
artists. That gives people a sense of empowerment. You hearing yourself on the radio. You seeing yourself on television.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
You know what I'm saying?
Cause you can be from down south, you can be in a little ass motherfucking town, and nobody know your whole damn
Taylor,
south.
what you
gonna
doing? Just
support
tearing up your phone?
Yeah, I'm punk. Yeah, I've been peeling it off for
nervous
weeks.
condition.
Yeah, I've been doing it for weeks.
But that's what I'm saying. So that would be a solution as well. The community, those who have the platform in the community to start to propel the community upward and create jobs,
The leaders.
Everybody rapping because everybody
People that
feels
you
though
hear all the
rapping is
time.
what's going to get into
people
this.
that you look
And
at.
then when they rapping,
What
they
they
feel they
rapping
have to
about?
leave. But it's no different from what the fuck everybody else is rapping. I mean, no
Look how
different.
Jay-Z used to.
No different.
Jay-Z used to rap like
When I see
90s
when I
more.
see you, my music,
I mean,
my
what-
music is
what
about
he's
the
rapping
life that I
about.
lived. You know what I'm saying? My music about the life that I lived. That's what we know.
And when they-
Baltimore, this is what we know. We can't rap about some positive shit because we don't see positive shit all the time.
You're right about it.
But if it's,
You know what I'm saying?
I can't knock that argument.
You know what
I
I'm
can't knock
saying?
that argument.
We-
but at the same time, you play
Hip-hop
play
is
your own
reality.
devil's advocate to that.
Huh?
Play your own devil's advocate to that.
I would love. Check this out. We would love to play or come with
Promote a more positive vibe.
positive, but positive don't get played.
Why?
People are more attracted to negativity.
They're more
They're
attracted.
not more attracted to it.
Oh.
They're more used to it.
No, but see, America was built
what makes
off
it
of
attractive.
negativity. America was built off of
I'm not
propelling the
attracted to
gangster.
negativity, but
No, yes you are. Yes you
No.
are. I can tell you how you're attracted to negativity.
How?
Trump.
politics, period.
But Trump is the most negative.
So's Hillary Clinton.
But Trump
So-
is the
so-
most
so the
negative.
whole
But
political
no,
system.
but Trump
right?
is a gangster. Trump is. Me and you had this
You never
discussion.
seen him throwing no fucking
No,
signs out?
he might as well be throwing signs up like white boy, dude. You know what I'm saying? He might as
I
well
don't
throw
even
the
know how
W's.
he would do that.
You know what I'm saying? He might as well throw the W's up there, KKK, nigga. You know what I'm saying? But the thing about
What
it
we
is,
got? Go like this?
Yeah.
We gotta white it up?
yeah, you gotta white it up. You know what I'm saying? But the thing about it is,
That's the new Trump symbol.
we always been attracted to. That's why the movies, the highest grossing movies are always the bad guys. We love the bad guy. You know what I'm saying? We not on no
Think about
good
this.
good guy shit.
You can
We
be
love-
positive as much as you want, but there's always going to be a negative thought at the end of it, or soon to come. No matter what, no matter what, how you think.
I mean, there's always the opposite end of every spectrum.
You can always make a positive, but negative is still going to come no matter what.
Yes, duality is
everything
life.
has a polarity.
Yes, that's what I said.
Everything
We're
has a
always
polarity.
going to
So
see
it's
both
positive,
ends of
you
the
don't
spectrum.
do negative. So you
There's
got to
gonna be
put
a-
those both together.
But why not
Where do
use
we
that?
come together?
Why not use that negative to get that positive if you can't use that positive?
Negative.
You know what I'm saying? Because that positive is getting a negative response because you're not getting played. But if you can get negative and make a positive out of it, why not? Why not? You seeing all now with these music stars becoming multi-millionaires by spitting a bunch of garbage ass music. That's negative.
What's this
But
mumble
they
rap too crap?
Yes,
Don't
yes.
even understand you when
Besides
you're
that.
making money.
So he gets sensitive
about
about
mumble
No,
that.
no.
Alright, so like
He gets
you ever
sensitive
seen
about mumble rap.
that guy on I think his name Derek Grace? You ever heard of him?
I have definitely seen his name. I have not seen anything in depth.
He calls himself the tatted mentor. He got tats all over his face. He had his kids, with guns and stuff like that, teaching them how to work guns.
Right.
Got dreads, all like that. So
I'll
he used
definitely
that.
Google
When
him up
people-
tonight.
When people saw him, right, they saw it as a big negative thing.
Oh yeah, they're gonna put a negative disparagement on.
That's something that you can also see as, oh, that's a negative. Oh, a guy tatted all his face. He has kids with guns
But
and all
that's no
that.
different from the rest of these Second Amendment nuts.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. But
Yeah,
it's
but
still
I don't
saw
think
as a
it's-
negative.
You know what I
So if
mean?
you throw
They
that
got
out
their
there, it still
kids
brings,
holding their
it
AR-15
brings media
like,
attention.
yeah.
It brings the media attention, but all he
Hey, Brent.
posts is
Talking about
positive
one
things.
picture with you.
All he posts is positive things. All he's about is humanity. He teaches people in-home banking.
Yeah, but
Get what I'm
people
saying?
that don't, so you get all those far-wing leftists that don't agree with the gun thing right now, they're gonna shine a light on him that's so negative,
But
regardless
exactly,
of what
but
he's
it's
teaching.
Yeah,
No, I mean, I'm just saying,
All the
regardless,
teachers
you're gonna
get
have
attention
that group
or whatever.
that's gonna
you're always
shine
gonna
that
have
negative
detractors.
shine on him.
You're always gonna have detractors in everything you do. No matter how Jesus had his detractors. You know
Jesus
what I'm
had a lot of
saying?
haters.
So regardless
Exactly,
of
but he still did what he had to
you,
do.
you do what you have to do.
He walked according to what his father asked him to do. That right there is the yo. When people act like they on the grind, yo, and they struggle. This is what I do. Every time I feel like I'm struggling real hard, I'll just be like, what about Jesus? That's what I tell myself. Regardless of whether he was real or not, the story of it
Yeah. Oh,
alone
yeah, it's a beautiful
should
story.
humble your ass to go, you know what? I don't have it that bad.
It's definitely a beautiful
No
story.
doubt. Because Jesus, he had it bad.
But see, I always use the story
He
of Job.
Job.
Job is my man.
Joe.
Job is my man. He
Job.
lost everything.
Joe
Yeah, I mean,
lost
and then
his
beef
wife,
with
his
beef
kids.
with the devil or the
his
negative
fields,
influences
his
that was
wealth.
around him, and
No.
said, "No, I'm going to still believe in myself and my God."
stripped
and
a
he got
wealthy man
everything.
to nothing.
Yeah, and he got everything back in tenfold.
Tenfold.
You know what I'm saying? So what
While
we're
being
doing,
righteous.
what we're doing, is in the vein of Job. That's how I view this. You know what I mean?
I agree.
Because we were stripped of everything. We was at the bottom. Now it's time to steadily climb up. You know what I mean? And all the struggling that we going through, that's just that negative influence, that devil saying, man, turn it back on that struggle. You can get it easily this way. You know what I mean? You can do it easy this way. Just turn your back on it.
Man, that's the devil's whole thing.
Huh?
That's what the devil, how he's got his grip on Baltimore.
I'm still recording over there.
Devil's grip on Baltimore. That's how he's got it. Here's the easy way, guys.
But that's
Here's
why
the
I'm
easy
showing.
way.
That's why I'm showing people that we doing it the hard way. You know what I'm saying? We doing it the hard way, and we making it happen. But this is what we about to do. We about
We're
to
gonna wrap this one.
About to wrap this up. You know what I'm saying? And
Jump in real quick.
Yeah. So we want to thank y'all for coming in to this latest episode of the Sizzle. I mean,
The Bridge at Sizzle. Have another drink.
That's, you know what I mean? The Bridge. And I want to thank y'all. Hopefully, when y'all see this, y'all sit back and start evoking, as well as provoking, and make y'all want to come and join us. Sit down, have a conversation. You know, spread whatever good jewels that you had. Never think that what compels you in life is stupid. Will be stupid to somebody else. It's nothing stupid to us. You know what I mean? We want to hear everything. And that motherfucker got right on.
Oh, shit.
Well, good. We still got most of it, so it don't even matter.
It's all good.
Yeah.
Throw a nice, when you get home, throw a little clip piece of the closing. Say for me, you, and everybody, that was it.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Oh, you still recording? Oh, that was just the battery. Hey, check this out. No, we're still recording. I'm looking at it right now. But check this out. We want to thank y'all for joining us. It's been a beautiful experience. The conversation is just wow. You know, so stay with us and continue to build with us, grow with us, know with us, show with us. All right. I mean, peace. We love y'all. James, Brian, Jazz was here. Matt was here. My man who was dropping jewels on him, you know what I mean, from the truth. It's a beautiful thing. The Bridge.
Next time, too.